Hello guys and welcome back. I know I posted this as Saturday reset, but I posted this on Sunday, but I swear to you I did do this on Saturday. So just go ahead and grab your mat. We are getting ready to put the week down and stretching out our lower body. So I'm just chewing away, checking phone, checking emails. And then that's when somewhere in here I realized I got animals all over the place, but somewhere along the line I realized that I forgot to put the laundry in the dryer. So had to hop up real quick. But we're back. So I know everybody has like this goal to do like maybe front splits or middle splits. While all that is definitely a ideal goal, the goal is to just definitely increase mobility or improve mobility in your hips. I strongly feel as if that good hip mobility is definitely an anti-aging type thing. So just stretching out my arms, just kind of preparing. I'm going to have a couple of guests in this video, so just kind of giving you that advance notice right now. Just thinking about stretching. And this video might be a little bit unhinged and unscripted, but it is what it is. You can always just kind of grab a towel and just place it underneath your knees, especially if your mat is not so thick. This is a thicker mat. So I just wanted to just kind of take some time to just unwind off the day. I was out at a festival in downtown Louisville and dang near melted. So, and then there's so many other things that I have to get done. You're going to see a little bit of the bloated me because I ate real good today. But yeah, so let's just go ahead and prepare ourselves. Find your deep breath here. Just really focus and dial into what are some of the goals that you have for yourself in improving mobility and flexibility in your lower body. I have no idea what I was thinking about, but I definitely was a little bit aloof today, just had some stuff on my mind, but nonetheless, let's go ahead and get started with a kneeling, totally forgot about this, your kneeling hip flexor stretch. So you want to hold for about 45 seconds. If you are one to want to do like any type of, front splits, side splits. This is super important. Again, this is definitely, really good stretch to help open up those hips. And while I'm doing that, giving myself a cross analysis of what my own body looks like. This body just definitely I'm very thankful for it because it has been through the ringer with stress and injuries and so many changes. While I'm talking, you just want to hold this stretch for about 45 seconds. Just so many changes and so many challenges. Just ready to kind of snap this body back into shape. And I'm talking like muscle bound, ripped, or whatever the case may be. If you don't like that, that's fine. I like that though. But you just want to hold each side for about 45 seconds. This targets your primary hip flexors, and it's definitely an important stretch for lumbar spine. What I like to do with this, I like to sit it on back to stretch out my hamstrings a little bit. There's my other guest, and just hold that for a few seconds while I just wiggle my toes and just kind of move my ankle around. I had to do this today because, like I said, I went out to a festival today and did a lot of walking, and someone misses me because anytime I do stuff like this, he likes to keep me company. Both dogs like to keep me company. And you're probably looking at this video trying to figure out where is Taco. Well, Taco has had an injury and he is on crate restriction. And the injury has kind of progressed into something worse. And so I'm not really fully prepared to talk about it without tears. So I'm just going to leave it alone. Just, send your best wishes for your boy. And it just, like I said, it just kind of breaks my heart. But Roscoe is committed to keeping me company because he knows that Taco usually does. And Roscoe just kind of stepped up to the plate with keeping me company while I do these stretches. But Yeah, just continue to hold for 45 seconds. You can get deeper into it, and that's totally fine. I'm not going to get deeper into it because I have so many other stretches that I do need to do. And, you can go as deep as you like. You can go on the inside, or you can have both hands, one hand on the outside of the opposite leg, or not opposite leg, but same leg, and then the other hand on the inside, and then sit it back. I have tight hamstrings, but that's the majority of people in the United States or just globally. Most of us have really tight hamstrings because all we do is sit down, or we have really weak hamstrings because we're just so quad dominant in everything we do. And so I know I have really weak hamstrings because I do not stretch them as much as I need to. So, but yeah, as you see, my dog likes to stretch right along with me. So there's that. So the next thing to focus on as I'm checking emails and, like I said, just looking at emails and all the fun stuff. So now you want to lay flat on your back, but you could do this seated. You want to do a figure 4. You want to bring one ankle over the opposite knee and just draw that knee forward. And you can do this seated. If you are doing this seated, you would lean forward to get the same stretch. And these muscles can really are maintenance for external rotation of the hip. And if they're super tight, that's where, the piriformis can, go AWOL. Anybody has ever had sciatica? Essentially, sciatica is the piriformis muscle is injured or tight, and you can literally feel it right in your glute where it just, it's just kind of going AWOL, and it's like right along the side, kind of a little bit lower, but just right on the side. You can't miss it. But this stretch helps to, get rid of that discomfort and not really deal with sciatica. I've had that early in the summer, and it was brutal. So, and if you are sitting and this hurts, definitely lay down. There's nothing wrong with doing that. And, you want to find what works best for you in terms of help with mobility and your hips.
Upload your current resume, and in a matter of minutes have a totally revamped resume that you can start using on job applications. We help rewrite your experience to sound
still holding on for 45 seconds.
Right on your phone, and every template is optimized to pass ATS filters. You gotta smash that link below and just upload your resume to get started. It takes like a minute to do, and you can finally stop missing out on landing your dream career.
And after 45 seconds, you are free to release. Next thing, took my hair down for this one because my claw clip was hurting my head. How many of us got these good old fashioned? I like working on claw clips, so I really want my hair braided. It's just, I don't know. Last time I had my hair braided, my edges are gone, and so I'm not sure about braids right now. So I know they say protective style, but that won't no protective style. So needless to say, just go ahead as you kind of think about your middle splits. Next task is to be able to do a wide knee, just rocking back and forth, not bouncing or anything of that nature. Kind of where I started in the beginning, but now it's a little bit wider. And just rock back and forth. Now this part right here, yes, this will help with you becoming a split-tacular person and doing all kinds of splits, because a lot of times we can't do splits because our inner thighs, our hips are just so tight. Now you want to be careful to not bounce in this. This is a rather unique position. So yeah, go ahead and get your mind out the gutter. But, this helps with your adductors, your inner thighs, something that we don't use often, and they are super duper tight. And what I mean by don't use often, we don't think to strengthen those or stretch those often. I don't know what my cat just did, but anyway, hold for 45 seconds. And like I said, don't bounce. Back to checking emails, because Lord, I was getting emails and text messages like crazy at this time. But for the most part, now I'm going to get ready to go into just a simple spinal twist. So rule of thumb, like I said, you're about to see all the bloat all the bloat. Because y'all, today I took myself out on a date. And I went to this place called El Nopal. And oh my gosh, the food was so good. But Lord, you do see all of my eating efforts. But that's okay. So it's going to go. I'm not tripping. We're going to get rid of it. I just hate being bloated so much. But anyway, little spinal twist. So fun fact about your spine needs to move in a variety of directions. It needs to twist right and left. It needs to fold forward, fold backwards. It needs to invert. What I mean by invert, meaning, here I am just pulling up my pants. Y'all, listen, we're just going to be transparent in this thing. I am not your perfect body shape. I'm just kind of getting back in the swing of things as I do a burnout. But you have to, it goes into eversion, meaning that, maybe you need to do something on the upside down motion, like one of those tables. But it also needs to go side to side. So same rule of thumb, with the spinal twist, just go ahead and hold for 45 seconds. This is a good, side to side twisting motion. I don't know what my dog is looking at. I think he's trying to run after the cat. But just hold for 45 seconds, and doing this on each side. So, but let's talk about body image while we're here, right? And so I think society has really prioritized skinny, and I'm not skinny. I've never really been skinny. I've always just been a little bit fluffy, but, trying to get rid of that. Now still on to a little bit of an adductor stretch. I wanted to do a lying, like a leg lift and lower. This does help with your adductors. And same thing, just for 45 seconds, or you could count up to 45, whichever works. Don't recommend counting, because then, it comes a little bit more active than what we need it to be, when we just need to just encourage and tell our body to improve mobility in our hips. So I just did some lifts for 45 seconds on each side. Now, like I said, just back to the body image. I am a top heavy girly. And I'm aware that sometimes top heavy girls, they tend to, they have the stomach that comes right below it, but maybe not. So, I will tell you, one of the things that I've realized about burnout and just being stressed and tired and not really getting a lot of sleep is that your body is going to go into a hormonal overdrive. If those things are not well maintained, those hormones got to go somewhere if you don't navigate it well. So, as of late, I said, just being transparent here, because we're a transparent space here. Just dealing with both anxiety and depression, has definitely worn me out. And so in that, I've definitely put on some weight. And with putting on some weight, means that, I'm a little fluffy now, just a little fluffy. But I'm fixing that, and just really intentional about the goal of trying to lose weight. Thankfully, my doctor still says I'm healthy, so I'm blessed for that. And to finalize everything, I got to go into deep squats. This is definitely my signature stretch. This kind of helps with like waking everything up in my body, in my lower body. And I can get pretty deep. Sometimes I'll just, rock side to side to help my ankles, especially when it comes to lifting. But back to working out. Nothing that's going to be hard. I'm actually not interested in doing super early morning workouts anymore. Just something more geared to the evening or midday, whichever I have the best time for. And yeah, that's our little bit of a reset here. Now, next week, I'm planning to go over to do the full body. And also, I will be opening up an opportunity to do stretching sessions in the near future. Roscoe said bye. Until next time, you guys, we will see you next time on the next Saturday reset. You have a good evening.